Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a small tutorial on a Bear exhaust valve and how to take it apart. I just want to say I don't work for Bear, and if you're taking it apart, you do so on your own accord. So let's get started. The only tool that you will need is a flathead screwdriver. Very small one. So what you're going to do first, I personally, you take this off your suit, and then I personally put it back on for this first part, but you don't have to. And then you find this small hole right here, just on the side of the Bear, the valve. So you put your screwdriver in there, and then you apply pressure upwards. Now if it's your first time taking it off, you're going to need a lot of force. But I've taken this off many times, and it's pretty easy now. So once we got that off, we take our bottom piece off. Just put everything aside, so you know where it is and you can put it back together later. So we got this piece in here. What we're going to do is we're going to spin it counterclockwise until it keeps spinning and this becomes loose. We're going to take this piece out. So this piece will come out in threes or just one. You might just take this off. So there's this piece, and then there's this piece. I have no idea what the names of these are, but they are important to this. And then you might get this black piece in with this spring. That's fine. Or you might get the spring alone. Either way, doesn't really matter. I like to put them aside, just all in order there, and how they come out and whatnot. So back to the valve. We've got the rest of it here. See, we still got 3 prongs in there, and you just put your finger in it and take this piece out. Pretty easy, no problem. We'll set it aside. So now this piece, the first time I tried to open this up, I don't know, there's not a lot of videos out there. So I was trying to figure out, maybe these clips did something. No. It's almost glued, this piece in here, onto this inside piece. So the first time I did this, I accidentally pulled this piece out before any of these other pieces, which you really shouldn't do. So what you're going to do is probably place your thumbs right there and grip it on the outside of the valve, and then there's your bottom piece off, nice, looking clean. Yours probably not, and that's why you're looking up this video. And on the inside there, you got this piece here. This kind of acts like a spring for when you press down on your valve to release the air. And then you got this piece. This is the piece that you spin, and it pulls this up and down. Put that over there. And then you've got your 3-prong piece. Once again, I don't know what these are called. This is just how you take it apart. And then you got your seal. That'll sit right in there eventually. And then we have this last piece here, if I could stop fumbling with it. It's got a small piece of rubber in there that lets the air out when you press it, or fully turn it counterclockwise, I think. Well, you turn it one way and it lets the air out. Well, that's pretty much it on how to take your valve apart. I'm gonna put it back together now. And it should be no problem, I think, if I can remember how. So this piece and your 3-prong with the seal in, that'll just sit in there like that, nice and snug. Good. And then I believe this guy, he sits in there like that. Good fit. Now, if you take a look on this threaded piece here, you can even do it without this stuff. There's like a square patch right here, all along the inside there. And those will correspond with the little square patches in here, if you get what I'm saying. So when they go together, you're going to line them up, and you can almost just push them together and then spin them a bit, and once they start to lock, you can just really push them down together, and that'll lock them in place. So what you're going to do is you're probably going to want to clean all this. That's why you're watching this video. Make sure there's no dust, hair, or dirt. I'm going to clean mine later. It's not going to be a problem. And we put the threaded piece into this guy. Right in there. Make sure he's sitting down good. And then we're going to take this piece of plastic that acts like a spring. And we're going to take the small rounded humps and put them face down inside like that. And then if you see here, inside there it's got a little indent, which the indents allow these little feet to sit in. So it doesn't really matter if you place it on top or anywhere. You're going to spin it a little bit. And then you're going to spin it, and then it should lock up a bit. And now you should be able to put your thumbs on this piece here and your fingers on this back outer piece and push in. And that's that. Now you've got almost. I guess I'm not quite in yet. Oh, there we go. Now you got this piece that spins here. Doesn't fall apart on you. Now we're going to continue with the rest. Next, we get this little piece that looks like a cog. We place it inside there, smooth side up. So in here we got the seal that we put on, like the first step of putting it together. And that seal, I believe it touches on the outside of this, creating an airtight seal, and keeps the air in when you don't want it and lets the air out when you want it out. So you just put that in, this flat side out, and we grab the spring over here. I'm going to take this apart. You don't have to, doesn't matter. Just the bare part just sits in there, and then you take this little oval ring that came with it, or that you took out, and we put that inside the spring. And it should just fit nicely in there. You might have to press it in. And then it'll sit in there. And we take this small piece, which might be stuck inside here for you guys. But we can take that out and just drop it in there, and it'll fit nicely. Okay, now this piece, you've got these little slots at the top here. And then you got 3 prongs on the inside of here. And then one up top here. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of fit them together like a little puzzle piece. And then you're going to spin it. You're going to hold this. Alright, we're going to hold this piece, this main piece, and this outer piece, and we're going to spin it clockwise while holding the center piece in. And that's going to bring the whole thing in and secure it. And then we're back to the square one pretty much. So there's a little groove there. You can see it right there. And then on the cover, we got a little square piece here. What we're going to do is we're going to fit those together. fit them together. Jeez. Alright, there we go. Fit them together. And then just push in until you hear a click. And then you can go back and put this in the arm and underneath. And spin it together inside your dry suit and tighten it up. I always recommend just to get a good grip on this piece here. Don't grab this and try and twist this piece. Otherwise you might overturn your valve and then it no longer becomes watertight. So then you put that in, give it a nice turn, and voila, there is your bare valve